When the heart falls silent, the soul begins to speak. This is what she heard in those 3 minutes above her body.
My name is Louisa Peek. I live in Queens, New York, raising my daughter on my own. Just a normal woman, trying to make it through each day. The rent, the bills, the tiredness that never seems to end. 2 winters ago, my life stopped. That night in the my heart didn't beat for 3 minutes. Doctors called it cardiac arrest. Some say what I experienced was a hallucination. But to me those 3 minutes were the most real moments of my entire life. Because for those 3 minutes, I was dead and still completely aware. It started small. A glass of wine after work. Then 2. Then the bottle. I wasn't drinking to relax anymore. I was drinking to stay numb. That night, my phone buzzed. A text from my daughter, "Mom, are you coming home soon?" 5 simple words, but I could feel the loneliness between them. I stared at the screen for a moment, then reached for the bottle instead of replying. That was my answer. My body was already falling apart. I could feel it. The shaking, the nausea, my heart pounding like it was giving up. And then, it did. I hit the floor and everything went black. I remember the bright lights above me. Voices shouting around me. Then silence. She's crashing. No pulse. A long, steady beep. And suddenly, I was weightless. I could see the doctors leaning over me, my chest rising and falling under their hands. But I wasn't inside my body anymore. I was above it watching. And what shocked me most was how calm I felt. No fear, no pain, just peace. I'm dead, I thought, and somehow I've never felt more alive. Then everything faded into darkness. But it wasn't cold or empty. It felt safe. When I opened my eyes, I was standing in a vast desert. The air was still and the light was soft. In front of me stood an old house, small, weathered, worn down by time. The paint was peeling, the shutters barely hanging on. I didn't recognize it, yet somehow it felt familiar. Like a memory that didn't belong to this lifetime. Maybe it wasn't real. Maybe it was a place my soul remembered. I couldn't see anyone there, but I could feel them warm, patient, watching. And I cried. Not from sadness but from a strange kind of peace. For the first time in years, I felt like I had finally come home. Then I heard it not through my ears, but inside me. Go to the window. I moved toward the house, as if floating through air. Through the window, I saw the most beautiful sunset I'd ever seen, colors that don't exist in this world. Then came another whisper. Fly. So I did. Out through the window, toward the light. No gravity, no fear, just freedom. And then I saw it. The light. It wasn't a tunnel. It wasn't a dream. It was alive. It wasn't shining at me, it was pulling me in. And I realized the light wasn't made of energy. It was made of love. I felt arms around me, though there was no body there. And that voice, calm, warm, absolute, said, "You are loved." That's all it said, but it broke me open. I had spent years believing I was worthless, unfixable, beyond saving. But in that light, I knew the truth: I had never been unloved. Not for a single moment. I didn't want to leave. "Please," I begged, "let me stay." The voice replied, "You're not done yet." I argued, I cried, I fought it, but the light grew dimmer. And then I was falling again. Through darkness, through sound, through chaos. Air filled my lungs. My eyes opened to bright lights and shouting voices. "We've got her back." I was back. Alive. And my first thought was, why would you send me back here? Life didn't magically fix itself. The bills, the stress, the loneliness, all of it was still waiting for me. And yes, the craving too. The part of me that still wanted to disappear. Some nights, I'd pick up the bottle. My hand would shake. And then I'd hear it, that same voice. "You are loved." And I'd stop. Not because I was healed. Not because I was strong. But because if I ever died again, I wanted that light to recognize me. Miracles don't happen in one big moment. They happen in small ones: a breath you choose to take, a thought you decide to change. Taking a deep breath. Running cold water over your hands. Telling someone, "Today's a hard day." Sitting in a cafeteria, holding a warm cup of tea. Listening, really listening to another person. That's what saving my life looked like. Not dramatic. Just choosing not to fall again. People ask, does dying change everything? No. The world doesn't change. But you do. That light, that love, it never left me. It's not just a feeling. It's a memory. of what we're all made of. Because beneath all the fear and shame and noise, we are built from love. That voice still echoes inside me. You are loved. Some days I forget. Some days I believe it. But I know that place was more real than here. I didn't die that night. I was reborn. And I know now you don't have to die to start over. You are loved. Always. No matter what.
If you're struggling with addiction or mental health, reach out for help. You are not alone. You are loved. Thank you for watching. If this story meant something to you, please like and subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe in life after death? See you in the next video.